Using the historical critical approach, also known as the dominant theology in this lesson, we'll interpret the story of the centurion who approaches Jesus looking for healing for his servant with a focus on faith and obedience. The centurion has faith that all Jesus has to do is say the word and it will be done. In this method of interpretation, in the historical critical approach, Jesus is surprised. That becomes part of the focus. Jesus is surprised that the centurion of all people would have faith. That the centurion of all people would know and understand this is how things get done. Theologians of African descent, who are the ones who most often use the Black liberation approach to interpreting the Bible, will focus on power dynamics. They will notice which characters in this story have servants, who's being served, and they will also point out which characters in the story are the servants. More often than not, the story will be interpreted from the position or the perspective of the powerless. That's the focus of Black liberation theology. The feminists, which are primarily white women, will read the story of the centurion seeking out Jesus to heal his servant, his son, in some interpretations. And the feminists will ask, where are the women? How could there be a story in the Bible without women? Theologians of the womanist tradition, primarily Black women or women of African descent, will not only notice that there are no women, but they will also notice that no one has a name. They will point out that there is an incredible amount of power in being the one who can name someone. There's power in doing the name. There's power, and not always good power, in being named. That would be the focus of the womanist tradition. So that's just a couple examples which shine some light on why it's so important to know who you're learning from and what is their method of biblical interpretation. In spite of what we hear from the dominant, there are a lot of different ways to look at the Bible. And many of them have been marginalized, excluded, silenced.